Primal Council, folks. There's a lot going on here. Don't look at the visual vomit on the screen during the encounter, just focus on the mechanic you are being targeted by. This represents all four bosses. All four bosses are going to be tanked here to begin with. 4 boss cleave fight. It's all about debuff management. Tanks is your standard prototype Pantheon style boss taunt swaps. 2 of these bosses apply a debuff to the tank, one each. When that happens, you just taunt swap those bosses only. The other 2 don't matter. Melee stay behind the bosses and just cleave. Range, you need to do a loose spread, okay? It's a pretty range mechanic heavy encounter. Loose spread along with the healer scattered in between. So loose spread from the range, please. Healers just kind of scatter in between. Essentially, you just look at your debuffs, guys. If you get a tiny blue circle, you need to go stand next to the earthen spikes that will spawn, okay? The earthen spikes that will spawn. This will cleanse your debuff. Don't stack, on the blue. For example, if this guy gets blue and he runs through these players, he's going to give them the blue aids, okay? So just go there, cleanse your debuff. It grounds the debuff. That's the lore reason. It grounds the electric shock. Somebody gets a red circle. Red circle targets, you go and you stand so that the red circle overlaps with as many earthen spikes as possible, okay? So you go stand over here. When this happens, everybody else, you stack with these red players. If you don't, the red player dies. It's basically your Kel'Thuzad standard spread damage. All right. If you have an immunity, if you're hunter, mage, and you paladin, just immune it. Once this resolves, it deletes the earthen spikes and creates a yellow fire zone, okay? Yellow fire zone is used because occasionally the player, you will get a white debuff, okay? Or a blue debuff, I guess. It's cold. If you get too many stacks of cold, you basically freeze and you die. So if you had 5 or 6 stacks of this cold shit, go stand in the yellow fire pit for a few seconds. It'll cleanse your debuff and you come back out. These yellow circles will start to slowly fill the room. Tanks guide the bosses, everybody else follow. And that's it. That's the encounter. Okay? Just debuff management. Debuff management. Dodge stuff. From a blue circle, spread, ground it. Red circle, go to the earthen spikes, stack. If you get a blue debuff, go stand in the fire and cleanse it, and you're done. Get loot.